Sometimes, real life is way stranger and scarier than fiction. We're heading to Nalasopara, Maharashtra for a story that feels like it was literally ripped from a movie script. It's a truly chilling tale of love, betrayal, and a murder so calculated its inspiration came directly from the big screen.
I mean, really think about it for a second. Your home, the one place in the world you're supposed to feel totally safe. Would you actually notice if something was terribly, terribly wrong?
Because in this case, a horrifying secret wasn't just hiding in plain sight. No, it was literally part of the foundation of the family home.
All right, so our story really kicks off with a grim discovery, and this is where you start to see the unbelievable link to a really famous crime thriller.
So for 2 whole weeks, Vijay Chauhan is missing. His brothers, Ajay and Akhilesh, are getting more and more frantic. When they finally go inside his house, they know something is wrong right away. It's not just that he's not there. It's this weird patch of brand new tiles on the floor in one room, totally mismatched with everything else. And then they smell it, a sickening foul odor. So they pry up those tiles, and what they find is just unimaginable, the decomposing body of their own brother.
And this is where the story takes a truly bizarre turn. The crime is almost a perfect copy of the plot from the huge hit movie Drishyam. Now, in the film, the hero hides a body under the floor of a police station while it's being built. The idea? It's the absolute last place anyone would ever think to look. And in this real-life tragedy, the killers used that exact same logic. They figured the safest hiding spot was the one right there, under everyone's noses, in their own home.
So you have to ask, how did it ever come to this? Well, to understand the why, you first have to understand the who. This was a story completely fueled by a secret relationship burning right at the heart of a family. Okay, so at the center of this whole tragedy, you've got 3 main people. There's the victim, 35-year-old Vijay Chauhan. Then you have his wife of 10 years, Komal, who was 28. And the third point in this triangle is their neighbor, Monu Sharma, a bright 20-year-old college student. And just to make it all the more heartbreaking, Vijay and Komal had an 8-year-old son caught right in the middle of this deadly mess.
From what the reports say, their marriage had been struggling for a while. And earlier this year, Komal started a secret relationship with a young guy living next door, Monu Sharma. He was a full 8 years younger than she was.
But you know, secrets like that, they don't stay secret for long. Vijay got suspicious. He went through Komal's phone, and boom, he found everything. The messages, the private photos, the works. Once it was all out in the open, their home became a battlefield, just constant, bitter fighting.
So, with the affair exposed, the fights just got worse and worse. But this wasn't just a messy love triangle anymore. The whole situation was about to spiral into a cold, calculated plan for murder. Because this wasn't just about passion anymore. It was also about money.
Turns out Vijay had recently received a 2 lakh rupee insurance payment. Now for Komal and Monu, this wasn't just cash. It was the startup fund for a whole new life together, a life without Vijay in it.
And this really makes it clear that this wasn't some spontaneous crime of passion. The police believe the motive was a cold, 2-part plan. Get rid of the husband who is in their way and then take his money to fund their new beginning.
And the plan, according to police, was meticulously plotted out. First, they believe Komal drugged Vijay's food with sleeping pills. Once he was unconscious, she and Monu killed him. Then they buried his body in a pit they had already dug inside the house. And they stole his phone, specifically so they could get those one-time passwords and drain his bank accounts.
The cruelty of this whole plan, though, it didn't stop there. To cover their tracks, they didn't just lie to the family. They actually manipulated one of Vijay's own brothers into becoming an accomplice, without him having a clue what was really going on.
For 2 solid weeks, Komal just wove this incredible web of lies. After the murder, around July 5th, she tells Vijay's brothers, who are frantic by the way, that he's just away on a work trip. And then comes the most twisted part. She convinces his brother Ajay to help her lay those new floor tiles. All the while, people are getting more and more suspicious until she finally flees with her son on July 19th, just 1 day before the horrific truth is finally dug up.
To explain away all the digging in the house, Komal just told her neighbors she was fixing a plumbing issue, a clogged washroom. Then she turns to her brother-in-law Ajay, who works as a daily wage laborer, and asks for his help laying the new tiles. Maybe it was to save money, or maybe it was just to make the whole horrifying scene look completely and totally normal.
I mean, can you even begin to fathom the absolute horror of that realization? Ajay just thought he was doing a simple repair job for his family.
He had no idea that with his own 2 hands, he was helping to seal the makeshift grave of the very brother he was so desperately out there trying to find.
But a web of lies like that, it can't hold up forever. Once the police closed in, the story went into its final act, the capture. And when they were finally caught, their confessions took another bizarre turn.
So when they were being interrogated, something really strange happened. They both confessed, but they each claimed they did it completely alone. Komal insisted, "I poisoned him, I acted alone." Meanwhile, Monu was saying, "No, I strangled him during a fight, she's totally innocent." It's like they were trying to shield each other, right? Up to the very end. But their stories didn't line up at all with the police's theory of a joint, premeditated murder.
And the police were really skeptical, especially of Monu's confession. Vijay was a bigger, stronger man. The idea that this 20-year-old student could have overpowered and killed him all by himself just seemed highly, highly improbable. All the evidence still pointed to a coordinated attack on a defenseless, sleeping man.
And all of this brings us to one final, really unsettling question. The killers in this case, they clearly took a page right out of a movie script. But did the film actually plant the idea in their heads? Or were they already capable of murder, and the movie simply gave them the blueprint? It's a tough question, and one worth thinking about, as the line between fiction and this horrifying reality just keeps getting blurrier.